Hi, my name's Ben. This is my AIPT practical simulation video. The first part of the video is the OH&S risk test. So the first thing that I've done is organise the session before the client arrives. That means I've created the session, I've made sure that the client knows where and when we're training, and I've confirmed with them about an hour prior that they know where and when we'll be training. So that's all done. I've also taken into account other gym users. So I've considered them by making sure that no other personal trainers or group exercise leaders need the equipment that I'll be using for our session today. I've also made sure that the session plan for today is clear and understood. That means I've gone back over it, made sure that I understand it. I've prepared the equipment for the program today in order so that the program can be run efficiently. I've also checked that equipment so that I can ensure client safety. That means I've made sure that the equipment's in good working order, and it is. I've also checked the training area for potential hazards, again to ensure client safety, and I've removed any that I've found so that the area is now safe to train. Okay, so my client has arrived. Kirsty, I'm Ben, I'll be your personal trainer today.
Nice to meet you, Ben.
Excellent. If you wouldn't mind taking a seat. So the first thing we need to do, Kirsty, is check your condition to train today and make sure that I'm aware of any past conditions that might affect how you train and what we can do. So I've taken you to a quiet private area and I have a pre-exercise questionnaire printed out and ready to go. So what we'll do now is complete that. You've already given me your personal details, so there's no need to go through those. We'll start with some background questions. So has anyone in your family under 60 ever suffered from heart disease or stroke, raised cholesterol?
My uncle died at about 58 of a heart attack.
Okay, so that's a yes in the details. Good. Are you a female over 45 and not used to vigorous exercise?
No.
No? Okay, excellent. No. Are you on any prescribed medication?
Nope.
No. Have you given birth within the last 6 weeks?
No.
I guess that. No. Are you pregnant?
No.
No. Any infectious diseases?
No, none that I know
Okay, that's good. I'll make that a no. Have you been hospitalised recently?
of. No.
No. Are you physically active?
Reasonably.
Reasonably? Okay. We can get some details in a minute on that. Do you smoke?
No.
Okay, good. So now some health screening questions. Do you have or have you ever had gout?
No.
Stroke?
No.
Diabetes?
No.
Epilepsy?
No.
Hernia?
No.
Stomach ulcer?
No.
Pain in chest?
No.
Have you had raised cholesterol? So that's above about 240.
No.
No. Glandular fever?
When I was 15, but that was 30 years ago.
Okay. Do you have any sort of heart condition?
No.
No. Have you had rheumatic fever?
No.
Ever experienced dizziness or fainting?
No.
No. High blood pressure, so that's above 140 or not?
Definitely not.
No. Okay. So you don't take blood pressure medication then?
No.
No. Do you have a liver or a kidney condition?
No.
No. Arthritis?
No.
Or asthma?
No.
No. Okay. So that's good. So we've done the health screen. It looks like there's not anything we need to be concerned about for the session today. Can you tell me, have you exercised in the past?
Yes.
Yeah. Can you give me some details about what you've done?
I guess most recently, over the last few years, I go to the gym fairly regularly. I walk a bit. Up until a couple of years ago, I was a regular rower.
Okay, so plenty of different things?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Are there any of those things that you especially enjoy?
I like weights. I did enjoy rowing, just not the hours. I quite like the rowing machine.
Okay, good.
I like a bit of cardio.
Okay, excellent, excellent. And so what's your primary fitness goal? What's the main thing you want to achieve out of training?
I guess increase my general strength and well-being and cardiovascular fitness. A bit more tone would be nice.
Okay, good. We can definitely work toward that. All right, so according to the pre-exercise questionnaire that we've just done, you don't have any conditions or any limitations that would require special care in the session today. I will still monitor you during the session though, and if you feel pain or discomfort during any of the exercises, please do stop and tell me about it. Okay? All right, good. Before we start, I'll explain the session to you so that you know what's coming up and you can agree to engage in it. So the first thing that we'll do today is a fitness test, then we'll do some strength exercises, then some cardiovascular exercises, and finally we'll finish up with some stretching. So the fitness test will be a maximum push-ups test. The strength exercises we'll do will be a dumbbell chest press, a single arm row, and a body weight lunge. For rowing, for cardiovascular exercises, we'll be doing rowing and some cycling, and a little bit of boxing. And lastly, our stretches will be a calf stretch and a pectoral stretch. So that's what we're up for today. Okay?
Great.
Excellent. So Kirsty, the first thing we'll be doing today is a fitness test. The fitness test we'll be doing is the maximum push-ups test. Let me explain to you what this test measures first of all. It measures muscular strength and endurance in the upper body, specifically in the chest, and the shoulders and the triceps. The reason I've chosen this test for you is because one of your goals was to increase your muscular strength and endurance. So this will give us a good starting point to work from, and it will give us something to refer back to later when we test your progress. Okay, so the first thing I'll do is explain how to do the test. So the goal is to do as many push-ups as you can. Now let me show you how you do push-ups. For women, the starting position is with your knees on the mat. Then what you want to do is have your arms slightly more than shoulder width apart, fingers pointing forward. Now keeping your back straight and your core engaged, what you need to do is lower your upper body down until your chest touches the mid, and then press back up, straighten your arms, and then repeat that motion. Okay?
Yeah.
So what I need you to do is get into position and then do as many of those as you can with full form. Okay, your starting position is good. Okay, off you go. That's good, that's excellent. Very good, okay, your form is good. Very good, keep going. Excellent. That's good. I'm going to come all the way down. Very good, excellent, you're doing very well. Excellent, keep going, that's it. That's it. Okay, so what we can do now is compare your result on that test, which you did very well, with the norms for the test, and that'll give us an idea of where you sit. So you've got 13 push-ups then. For someone of your age and sex, that's an average result. Now that's very good, so you should be happy with that. Congratulations. It does leave us plenty of room for improvement, so we can work toward that in your program. Okay? Good. Okay, Kirsty, so now we're on to the strength section of our program. The first strength exercise we'll do today is the dumbbell chest press. So first I'll explain to you what that is, then I'll demonstrate it for you, then I'll get you to do it. Okay? So dumbbell chest press targets your pectoralis major, which is your chest muscles. It also works your deltoids and your triceps. It's what's called a compound exercise. That means that it involves motion in more than one joint, in this case in the shoulder and the elbow joint. Okay, so that's what we'll be doing. Now let me demonstrate it for you. So to perform this exercise, first of all, take a seat on the end of the bench with your feet about shoulder width apart. Lean forward to pick up the weights. Now you can kick them up to your shoulders with your knees if you need a little bit of help. Lie back and start with the weights in the upright position. To perform the movement, you need to lower the weights to your side until you feel a slight stretch across your chest and your upper arms are parallel to the floor. Then raise the weights back to the starting position, bring them together. On the way down, you want to breathe in and keep your core strong. On the way out, up, breathe out. Again, keeping your core strong. So there you go, that's the motion. Now we're using a weight that's about 60 to 70% of your 1 rep max here. We're going for 10 repetitions.
Okay.
So over to you. That's good. Feet shoulder width apart. Good. Now I'll spot you during this if you need help. Do remember you have to push the weight up yourself as well to lock it out.
Okay.
Good. So your feet are in the right position. Start with the weights up. That's good. Now lower them. Breathing in until your arms are parallel. Good. Now push out. There we go, back to the top. Excellent. That's good. Very good. So slowly down, breathe in, slowly up, breathe out, bring them together at the top. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, so keep going, doing very well. Good form. Excellent. Keep your core strong. Breathe out. Very good. Good form. Okay, just a couple more to go. There we go. Last one. There we go. Excellent. All right, let me take the weights for you. Okay. Now, how did that feel?
Felt good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Well, your form was very good. You brought your arms down to the right level. Your breathing was good all the way throughout. So very well done. We'll move on to the next exercise.
Excellent.
Okay, Kirsty, so now it's time for the second of our strength exercises. This will be the single arm row. I'll first explain to you what that is, then I'll demonstrate it for you, then I'll get you to do it. Okay? So the single arm row targets the muscles of your upper back. That includes your trapezius, your rhomboids, and also your lats. It also works your deltoids and your biceps. Okay, it's another compound exercise. It involves movement in your shoulder joint and in your elbow joint. So that's what we'll be doing. Now let me demonstrate it for you. So the first thing to do is get into position. What you want is one knee up on the bench and one hand up on the bench. Your other leg should be slightly back and out to the side. Then you're going to reach down to get the weight and keep your back nice and flat, slide out to your lower back and your core engaged. Now to perform the exercise, what you do is pull the dumbbell up to your side until it just makes contact with your ribs and your upper arms slightly beyond horizontal. Then you lower it back to the starting position. Okay, so breathe out as you raise the weight and in as you lower it. Remember to keep your core strong all the way throughout. Okay? So we're doing this with a weight that's about 60 or 70% of your one rep max. We're going for 10 repetitions. Okay, good. One knee up, one hand up, and your other leg slightly back. That's it. Good. Now reach down for the weight. Excellent. So slight arch in your lower back.
I've forgotten how to breathe again.
Engage your core. So you want to breathe out as you raise the weight up to your rib cage. Good. And in as you lower it. There we go. So pull it up until it just touches. That's good. Down. Excellent. Very good. So your breathing is correct. Your form is good. Excellent. So nice slow control movement up. There we go. Lower. Raise it just a little higher on this next one. There we go. Slow and controlled. Excellent. Very good. Excellent. Just a couple more to go. Your form's looking good. Your breathing's good. Okay. You can drop the weight. Excellent. So how did that feel?
That was good. It was a challenge, but it was good.
Okay. Excellent. So we would now swing around and do it on your other arm, but we'll leave that for now. Okay, well done. So Kirsty, this is the last of our exercises, strength exercises today. It's a lower body strength exercise called a body weight lunge. So let me first explain it to you, then I'll demonstrate it, then I'll have you do it. So body weight lunge targets the muscles of your leg. So specifically it targets your quadriceps and your hamstrings, as well as your calves and your gluteus maximus. Okay, so now let me show you how to do it. The first thing to do is get into position. So feet roughly shoulder width apart. You want your core strong and your shoulders up and back. Now to perform the movement, you want to step forward off one leg, so we'll start with our left. Land on your heel and then the front of your foot, like so. Then you want to lower yourself straight down by bending your knee and flexing your hip. Don't let your upper body come forward, and don't let your knee come forward over your toe. So you want to lower yourself straight down until your right knee almost touches the ground. Then you want to push yourself back into the starting position. Okay? So breathe in on the way down, and then out on the way up. Once you're back in the starting position, do the same thing on your other leg. So forward, then lower yourself, then push yourself back. Okay? Good. All right, so we're just going to use your body weight for this exercise today. We're going for 10, so do 5 on each leg.
Okay.
All right, so starting position, that's good. You want to take your feet a little bit further apart. That's good. And step a little bit further forward. Okay, there we go. Good. Excellent. Now when you lower yourself down, go again. Make sure you don't let your upper body lean forward, just lower it straight down. Okay, excellent. Doing well. There we go. That's good. Try to step a little further forward so that your knee doesn't come out over your toe. There we go. Excellent. How's that feeling? Good. Okay, a couple more to go. One on each foot. There we go. Last one. Well done. Good. So how did that feel?
Good.
Excellent. Okay, so that's it for the strength section of our program. Now we'll be moving on to the cardio. Okay. All right, Kirsty, so now we're on to the cardio section of our program. First thing I'll have you doing is getting onto the rowing machine. First I'll show you how to get set up on the machine. Then what I'll do is explain to you the different settings that you can put on. Then I'll get you to do a brief workout in a target heart rate. Okay? So to get set up on the machine, what you want to do is take a seat. First thing is put your feet into the straps, like so. And you want to pull those tight, nice and tight. Lean forward to pick up the handle. Okay? Now what you want to do here is push back with your legs at first. Then, once your legs are straight, lean a little bit back with your upper body. And lastly, use your arms to pull the handle just in to touch your chest. Okay? Then to come forward, bend your legs, let your arms come forward, and return to the starting position. Okay, so a nice smooth easy motion. It's legs, back, arms. There we go. Okay? And you want to just keep a steady, even pace. Okay? Good. So you can return the handle like so. Now, the rowing machine has a lot of different settings. One thing you can do is adjust the resistance using the lever on a wheel here. So up to the top is highest, down at the bottom is lowest. We'll sit it just above the middle here today. Okay? The other thing you can do is use the menu here to select different workouts. One thing you might do is interval workout, so that would be short periods of high intensity rowing, and that would work the AIPT energy system good. Another thing you could do is a sort of more moderate intensity workout for a slightly longer duration. That would work a different energy system, the lactic system. Or you could do a long, low intensity workout that would work the aerobic energy system. Those all burn fuels. What I'll have you doing today is a workout at roughly sort of 60 to 70% of your maximum heart rate. Now I figured that out for you already based on your sex and your age. So your maximum heart rate is about 178 beats per minute. The target heart rate for today is between 115 and 125. And you've got your heart rate monitor fitted, good. So we'll keep an eye on that to make sure you're working in the target heart range. So get into position here, and then we'll have you do a bit of rowing. So feet in the straps. No, feet in the straps. Okay, now lean forward to pick up the handle. Good. So all the way forward. Now you want to push back with your legs. Slightly lean back your upper body and pull the handle. Good. Now recover, arms forward, bend your knees, all the way back to the start. Excellent. Now just keep that motion up. Nice steady pace. Good. Excellent. So we'll just take a quick look at the heart rate there. Good. So a little bit faster. Work a little bit harder. Good. Okay? Nice easy pace. A little bit faster still. Okay, excellent. Now hold that. I want you to hold that for about 20 seconds. Okay? That's good. Good. Begin to come forward without support. Excellent. Very good. Okay, about another 10 seconds of this. Very good. Very good. Good form there, good form. And that's it. So handle back in there. Okay, good. So you could continue with that for a full workout, we'll just leave it there for the demonstration. You had good form there, you were legs and then upper body and arms, keeping nice steady pace, so that's good. How did that feel? Good. Okay, you said you've done some rowing before and enjoyed it, so that was good. Alright, now let's move on to the next cardio exercises. Okay, firstly, this is the second of our cardiovascular exercises today. What I'll have you doing is cycling on the right bike. First I'll show you how to get set up on the machine, then I'll show you how to select different levels of options, and then I'll have you do a quick workout in a target context. Okay, so to get set up on the bike, the first thing to do is to make sure the seat height is right. Now I've already done this myself, so the next thing to do is put into the pedal, step up onto the machine, put into the pedal. Okay, now you can hold the handles in a variety of places, so here, or you can hold them forward. It's important though that you keep a nice slight back, whichever position you're in. And then you gently start to pedal, you'll see that the display comes on. What we can do here is select different options and levels of intensity. So the thing we'll look at is the level of effort, so the resistance, turn out about the weight. You can also get hill workouts or different kinds of workouts depending on what you're running. We'll keep it simple for now. So lean forward like this to get the controls from the power. And what we want to do is just keep a nice steady pace. Okay? So let me adjust the seat for you now. Just a little bit lower. Now put onto the pedal. Step up onto the seat. There we go. Now, as with the rower, you can do this in a variety of different intensities to work with energy systems of the body. So, hard interval workouts for short periods of high intensity, or you can do longer, lower intensity workouts to work with the energy system. Okay? What I'll have you do now is working at about 60 to 70% of your maximum heart rate. So the heart rate will be fixed here, so I'll keep an eye on that. So let's sort of pick it up a bit. Good. Nice flat back. There we go. Pick it up a little higher. A little bit higher. Okay, good. Now what I want you to do is hold that pace, nice steady pace, for about the next 20 seconds. Okay? So keep your breathing steady, keep your posture good, and hold that pace. Okay, that's very good. Excellent. Good to go. Alright, try sitting forward now, holding your hands here. That's good. Keep nice and upright. Head up and breathe steady. Alright. Excellent. So we'll leave it there. That's what we're doing. Then step off the back. Okay, so that was just a quick workout with your target heart rate for about 60 seconds. Okay? We're doing longer than you can do a variety of workouts. So how did that go? Excellent. So we'll move on now to the next section of that workout. Okay, Kirsty, so we've come outside for the last of our cardio section. This is the innovative cardio section. What we'll be doing today is a little bit of boxing, boxing with the focus mitts. So let me first explain to you why we do this. We do it because it's a good cardiovascular workout. It gets your sort of heart going, gets your lungs going, and it's a little bit of fun. Okay, so have you done this before?
Yep.
You have, okay, so you're aware of the proper techniques. That's important for safety purposes. Okay, good. So let me explain how the exercise will work. What we're going to do is start with some single punches, and then we're going to build up with some combinations. So the first one we'll do is a left jab. That's just that one. Okay, so give me 3 of those. Good. The next one we'll do is a straight right. So that's that one. Give me 3 of those. Good, excellent. The next one we'll do is a left uppercut, like that. Okay, 3 of those. Good. The next one is a right hook, so 3 like that. That's good.
now what we can do is put those together into some combinations. So the first combination we'll do is a left jab, straight right. So 3 of those. Good. Good. One more. Good. The next combination we'll do is that again, and we'll add 1 punch on the end, a left uppercut. So a left jab, a straight right, and a left uppercut. Okay? Good. One more time. And again. Good. Excellent. The very last one we'll do is all of that again, and then at the end, a right hook. So that's a left jab, a straight right, a left uppercut, and then a right hook. Okay? Do it slowly the first time so we get it, and then you can do it. That's it. Good. One more time. Remember to keep your weight balanced. Excellent. Okay, so we could keep going for longer to get a fuller workout. We could do shorter bursts of higher intensity. So if you went quick, so left, right, left, right, left, right. That's it. That's good. Or we could do that with the uppercuts. So do the uppercuts quick. That's it. Good. So we could do that for a higher intensity workout. Or we could do a longer workout where we include moves in between the combinations. So we could include some squat jumps. You could drop down for some sit-ups. But for now, for the demonstration, we'll leave it at that. Okay, that was very well done. How was that?
It was good, it was fun.
It was fun? Excellent. Okay, good.
So in this section of the video, what I'll do is talk about how to modify exercises for members of special populations. First special population I'll talk about is people with hypertension or high blood pressure. I'll first explain what that condition is. So high blood pressure is when the blood's being pumped through your arteries at a higher pressure than normal. Now what that means is above 140/90 is considered high blood pressure. It can lead to problems such as heart attack and stroke, and exercises have to be tailored to accommodate people with high blood pressure. So the first thing to do is be aware of which exercises you should avoid for people with high blood pressure. Now, any exercise that brings the limbs, so the arms or the legs, above the level of the head should not be done by a person with high blood pressure. That's because the heart has to work harder to pump the blood up to the limb, and that places extra stress on the heart. So, for instance, a bench press would be a bad exercise for somebody with high blood pressure because it brings the arms up above the level of the head. And so would something like a shoulder press, an overhead shoulder press. All right, another thing you should avoid is any exercise that requires isometric contraction and holding of the breath. So that's contraction of the muscles in a static position. This increases blood pressure and so should be avoided for people with high blood pressure. Something like a squat hold against a wall, for instance, would be bad for somebody with high blood pressure. The final thing to avoid is exercises that require rapid changes of position, such as burpees. Now, what you could do instead of, say, a bench press, if you had a client with high blood pressure, is do a seated machine press. So that works the same muscle group, but without raising the arms above the level of the head. The second group I'll talk about is people with lower back pain. So I'll first tell you what the condition is, then what you should avoid for clients with that condition, then what you can do instead. So lower back pain is pain in the lower back. The pain can be sharp, or it can be aching, or it can involve muscle spasms. Lower back pain can be caused by damage to the muscles, to the nerves, or to the bones in the back. What should be avoided for clients with lower back pain? Any exercise that places excess strain on the lower back. So that would include exercises like deadlifts, for instance, and squats. To accommodate clients with lower back pain, what you could do is change those exercises to take the strain off the lower back. So for instance, with a squat, instead of a regular barbell squat, you could have a client with lower back pain do a fit ball squat, using a fit ball between their wall and the back to take the strain off the lower back. The third special population that I'll talk about is clients with shoulder injury. So shoulder injuries result from damage to the muscle or the joint of the shoulder. One example would be shoulder impingement, which occurs when part of the scapula rubs against the rotator cuff tendon in the shoulder joint, causing the tendon to become inflamed and resulting in pain in the shoulder joint when it's moved, and even in bad cases when it's at rest. Clients with shoulder injury should avoid certain exercises. In particular, they should avoid exercises that place strain on the shoulder joint. Now, those would include things like shoulder press, things like lat pull downs, and upright rows. Clients with shoulder pain can do modified versions of those exercises that place less stress on the joint. For example, instead of a regular upright row, someone with shoulder pain could do a wide grip upright row, which works some of the same muscles, but which takes strain off the shoulder joint.
Okay, Kirsty, we're at the end of our session now. We're up to the stretches. We're going to do 2 stretches now. One is a calf stretch. I've chosen that one because you worked your calf muscle when we did the lunges earlier. The other is a pectoral stretch. I've chosen that one because you worked your pectorals when we did the dumbbell chest press earlier. So those are the stretches we're going to do. The first one is the calf stretch. Now this stretches your gastrocnemius muscle, your calf muscle. The way to do it is to put your toe up against a support with your weight on your heel, then lean forward until you feel a stretch in your calf. Now once you start to feel that stretch, hold it for between 15 and 30 seconds. We'll just do 15 seconds for the demonstration, okay? And once you've held it there, you'd swap over to your other leg. So come around and you do your stretch. That's it, good. Now lean forward. Do you feel that stretch in your calf? Okay, now that you're feeling it, we'll start to time. So we'll hold that for 15 seconds. You could hold it for longer. We'll just hold it for 15 for the demonstration purposes. Okay, that's good. How does that feel?
It's good. It's a good stretch.
Good stretch? Okay, excellent. All right, just a few more seconds, and that's it. All right, so we would swap over to the other leg to finish off with that one. All right, we'll go to the next stretch now. Okay, so this is the second of our 2 stretches, Kirsty. This one's a pectoral stretch. It stretches out your pectoralis major, which is your chest muscle there. The way to do this one is to place your forearm up against a support like this with your upper arm parallel to the ground. Then what you want to do is just turn away from the support until you start to feel a stretch across your chest there, across your pectoral muscle there, okay? And once you start to feel that stretch, you'll hold that for about 15 to 30 seconds. We'll do 15 seconds today. Okay, so if you'd like to come around. That's good. Excellent. So you want your arm roughly parallel to the ground. Support there, good. Now turn away from the support until you feel that stretch. Do you feel it stretch across there? Okay, good. So now you'll hold it for about 15 seconds. Okay. So how does that feel?
It's a good stretch up across the ear.
Feel the stretch through there? Okay, excellent. So just a few more seconds. All right, very good, you can release it. Now we would swap over and do the other arm to finish off. But for the demonstration, we'll leave it at that. Okay, very well done today. How was the session?
It was excellent. I really enjoyed it. I shall enjoy a full session based on those exercises.
Oh, good. And can you give me any feedback on the session?
I think it's a good exercise, whole body, whole variety of things, which is exactly what I like. Session variety, but I don't before.
Okay, good. Well, I look forward to our next session then, Kirsty. Thank you very much.
Thanks very